get it.
Once again, pretty one-sided. So we have a look at beautiful Hanamura.
Very
like this
beautiful.
pan shot.
We're out of the cherry blossom season here, though.
Yeah.
We're moving into the hot, hot summer.
It's sweltering.
It's getting a bit
But it's not
hot.
even, this is the thing that really frustrates me, right? Is that everyone's saying, well, it gets hotter than this. And I'm like, why? Tell me that. That does not help. It's already hot. Stop saying it's going to get hotter.
No, I've been guilty of being one of the people who's told me that, and I
Yes, you
feel
have,
bad.
many times.
But I will tell you one more time, it's going to get hotter out this.
God damn it. I mean, I don't want to take out my dirty laundry here, like, on cast or anything, Wolf, but I mean, you gotta get better at this.
All right.
You're not making me feel good.
Well, we almost got a whole deck of cards here with this with this spray synergy coming out for the Freecs. And remember,
what are you doing, dude?
Remember, this is going to be the 2-2-2 as you predicted, as was likely to be the case against Meta Athena with how well they played it so far. Not going to commit all in into the Torbjorn defense.
This was the 2-2-2 that was unsuccessful, though, against Meta Athena in the first point in King's Row. So, utilizing the Ana, we'll see whether Lucid's going to be able to keep some better positioning against Sire Player, who was very, very good at getting in from behind, taking him out before he could get slept.
That fan sign said she wanted to eat dinner with them afterwards. She brought the spam. Not going to be seeing any Orisa spam in this game, though. It's just going to be the dive here as Meta Athena approaches the second floor here. It's the duel between Saya Player and Arhan.
That is not the target that he was looking for, so Saya Player still searching for the Ana.
Okay, they're just going to allow the Meta Athena players to come in here. Recry is dove upon here, but immediately the boop comes on to boop Changshik away.
So close to actually getting him off the edge there. Discord Orb, they want to get rid of the monkey, and they do so successfully. It's beautiful so far.
It says Recry immediately Biotic Fields, and then immediately the Biotic Grenade comes down to answer, which blocks Shangshik's healing, and then the Donghyun Defense Matrix comes in. It's just a world of hurt here. Arhan's going to get the pick on the Nuz, as they are 1-for-1 currently, but I think that may change as Arhan now kills Hoon's mech. And Saya Player looks real frustrated right now. They're just not able to find these picks because the protection from Lucid, from Donghyun, I mean, it was a perfect setup. Multiple heroes diving onto Recry, and yet still Donghyun, Lucid, they are in close proximity because they were all sticking together on the point, very easily able to react, give the healing, give the defense matrix. The Biotic Grenade comes in to block the healing of Changshik, punishes him for coming in. IDK as well with the boop to buy some time for Recry to use his own Biotic Field. The defensive setups here are beautiful from the Freecs.
Yeah, well, Ultimate's coming in here as the Nano Blade is down for Arhan. He's even got the sound barrier. It's only one more tick that Meta Athena need to take this first point, so they're investing a lot, but it doesn't seem to matter. Nus picks up a double kill on the Zenyatta. And that Dragon Blade just flat out didn't get the work done that Afreeca Freecs were looking for. They're probably going to have to go for some sort of reset here, as this final tick is going to be easy now. And Meta Athena, that was some solid dive.
That was really well done. The targeting was much better this time, and obviously the Dragon Blade and the Sound Barrier were used very early on in the fight. And with Arhan unable to find any picks with the Transcendence coming down, those are the two big ultimates used. Recry got picked right afterwards, didn't have the ability to use his Tac Visor, and the rest is history, obviously. IDK just trying to buy time there on the ceiling, but a decent time big. 5:30 left currently for Meta Athena. Can't really snowball this, not a whole lot of ults to go for the double.
Yeah, well, they are going to be able to set themselves up pretty easily on the high ground here as Donghyun, his mech is going to get taken down extraordinarily low, just throws out the self-destruct and grabs a triple kill for it. Thank you very much. Recry is going to be able to take down Hoon's mech, and Afreeca Blue are going to utilize this man advantage to wipe the floor with Meta Athena. Give it another shot, guys.
It was so funny because I was about to say this is the one time Donghyun gets caught with his back turned when Saya Player gets the pulse bomb because he's been eating them so consistently all night.
On purpose.
And then he's just like, oh, well, I guess I just press Q and you all die. So watch this again. Saya Player, look at him on the left side, gets the pulse bomb down, the self-destruct comes in, and
he was just standing in the middle of the point.
Yep.
That is flat out just Meta Athena not paying attention to the gigantic exclamation mark, right?
It might have been also the call-outs that Donghyun was down, not actually while his mech was in its explosion animation, and then they just didn't realize he had the self-destruct, but Either way, kind of sloppy there. Nice defense, though, again for Donghyun.
Well, Meta Athena are going to throw down the sound barrier. They're looking to try and actually make this one an attempt. They overlap it with the Transcendence as well, and they do manage to grab their kills. Lucid falls down. Chris is going to get punished, though, as Recry. He's still alive. Not too much joy to be gathered here by the Dragonblade, actually. As Sire player continues to try and get aggressive. Pulse Bomb zoning that monkey back into the spawn location. Lucid gets back here. Libero continues to go nuts. Good sleep onto Sire player. That is what we wanted out of Lucid. His sleeps are normally pretty good. He's going to get back home. We've got the first tick coming down here on Hanamura. That is a big deal for Afreeca Freecs. They still do have 3.5 minutes to work with.
Another self-destruct kill onto Arhan. Recry gets a pick onto Saya, though. Remember, defender's advantage here. Not making any swaps at all because they had these ultimates, so not going on to the Desperation May or anything like that. And take a nap. Oh, boy.
Yep, so Hoon going to get sleepy for a little while and staggered forever.
Booped, so she couldn't suicide there for even longer, then finally taken out by IDK. Ult advantage here with that last commitment by Meta Athena as well. So they got a tick, and that was nice, and they committed actually, instead of trying to get the second tick, to kind of camping the spawn location there, but too many ultimates on the side of the Freecs. And they are able to break out. So 3 minutes left on the clock, still very doable for Meta Athena as they look for an eco push. The side player switches to the soldier.
Okay, Ahan gets himself healed back up, but does need to be careful. These Discord orbs seem to have a magnet for Genji's, which does make sense. He's got a big metal suit. That'll do it.
Sure. Also very low on health and a good target. I like your metal suit idea, though. Much more magnetic.
Oh, good reflect.
There it is
He's
again.
alive for the moment as Sire player. He has to get out of there. He's switched over to the soldier, just trying to make use of this high ground that they do have access to. Fair bit of damage going down as Transcendence once again invested here on the side of Meta Athena. Afreeca holding on to so many ultimates.
No health pack.
We've got a self-destruct available as Donghyun does throw that one out, gets the kill into Libero actually. Helix rockets come in as he reflects Sire players back into his own face. And Meta Athena just get obliterated.
Well, the key here for Meta Athena is I want to make this high ground push work with the soldier, but Aron found him and killed him there. He almost got away with the
Did he
health
kill
pack.
him, or did Sire player kill himself?
Sure, he killed himself.
Ahan?
He killed himself technically. You know, he was like, I won't let you have this. I want to do this myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But
He'll fall on his own terms, man. I understand that.
exactly, he wants to go out his own way. But he dies, and that means one of the crux of the push dies because Libero died to the self-destruct, so DPS removed, and they have to reset. But they got a lot of ult charge out of this.
Well, speaking of ults, Nanoblade is going to fly through as Ahan's already been able to pick up Nas. It's generally his only target, but he gets a mech for it as well as Hoon is going to get taken out. Nice little Goomba Stomp kill into Chris there as well as IDK just boops Chungshik off the edge.
Decides not to chase Side player, which I thought was really funny. Just saw Side player running for his Hitler. Nah, I'll let you go, man.
Yep,
I got you last time. I respect your suicide earlier, so I'll let you get off the hook this one. You can build up to your next tac visor.
Was that suicide or was it like more like euthanasia, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Because like I feel like it was such a messy fight and a fight that Meta Athena had no chance of winning that he was just like, come on, man. I mean, this is just nicer just to get rid of me now, and I'll come back and get things done better. But I think we've taken this to a dark place. Meta Athena now ready for another dive. We've only got 40 seconds on the clock as Afreeca Blue do have some ultimates to work with, but finally Meta Athena with the ult advantage moving forward. Nas is going to get taken extraordinarily low as Donghyun finishes him off with his little diva pistol.
Yep. The mechless diva, man, forced to be reckoned with in this situation. Good understanding of the health packs as well from Donghyun. Impressive all night long, but Mono and IDK are already down, and now he's dead too.
Yeah, Meta Athena, they've only got 15 seconds to go, but they're going to tick this one up. Oh, Recry gets himself onto the point, but he's going to get taken down very, very quickly. That's going to be that. Hanamura completed by Meta Athena.
11 seconds on the time bank. We were talking about how cool it was that Donghyun was able to find his way out of that rough situation, get the health pack, and then look for the kill onto the Zenyatta. However, the cost of this is no defense matrix during the main fight, which was happening off screen. And we don't know exactly what happened there, but certainly Donghyun being caught was part of the problem as he wasn't there for the defense matrix he needed to be. So good understanding by Meta Athena knowing that he was out of the mech and they had an opportunity to commit there. They only had a few seconds left on the clock, so it needed to be then, but well done.
Yeah, and the Nanoblade actually came in a little bit too soon on the side of Afreeca Blue as well, just because They then didn't have any tools to answer Meta Athena's final push that was obviously going to come in when we were down to about that 15 seconds later. There's almost no point. I mean, Afreeca Blue have been so good at defending, even without these ultimates necessarily. But Lucid, that'd be adorable if he was going to play the attack Torbjorn.
It would have been cute.
But it's not going to happen. I got to stop talking about hovers if attacking teams. But Nus looks like he actually will be on this Sombra.
Well, that's definitely not very unusual, right? It's quite common to see the Sombra play, especially out of Nus. We've seen it before, but the all right. The sneak tactic. Nobody knows.
I don't know why, but that got me. That completely got me.
Well, I was wondering if we were going to see the swap out of Recry. On this map specifically, you can't get a whole lot of value out of the attack soldier unless your opponents just let you in to the point. Obviously, if you're up against a Reinhardt or an aggressive D.Va, it's going to be hard to find value, but it looks like they just want to stick to their guns. Dongyan actually on the Tracer, so they're going to be doing a slower push, it looks like here, unless they're going to swap and trick me.
We'll see whether they actually stick with this, as Mano does switch back to the Winston, so it is going to be triple DPS. Once again, the Sombra going down very low early on. Donghyun getting frustrating. We'll see how much they're going to be missing his D.Va, because it is so incredibly strong, has been so imperative in this meta as well. Look at how far forward Meta Athena are.
Well, this is a double-edged sword for Meta Athena. They looked for the trap, but now they get caught losing several members. Dongyan, very low though, is taken out here. Looks like that will be enough for the hold here for Meta Athena. Had things gotten a little bit worse in terms of picks though, it could have been an early cap for Afreeca Blue.
They can't get anywhere near the point. Afreeca Blue is stuck behind that first choke at the doorway.
A lot of harass coming up from Nus too. We'll have an EMP soon. Gonna look for a little bit more of that damage right now. See if we'll commit to a hack here on the D.Va. Nope, just translocates. He's nearly at that EMP. It's ready now. We'll see if he just commits in. Yes, he does.
Throws it down immediately. He's going to be able to translocate his way back up to the high ground there, as well as Libero. He's going to be able to jump through. Not a lot available after that EMP happened, and he gets himself a triple. Look at how stunned he is. He's like, yes, I'm against Ahan, and I look like the better Genji in this play.
Yeah, absolutely in this case. And the Sombra is giving a lot of issues to Afreeca Freecs. Part of the reason why they had that EMP was because they had such a solid defense against the first push. And now that things have reset, they're not against it. We'll see Recry pop this very early, actually. Kind of blind even. Just straight up into the faces of Meta Athena, the tack visor. Barely successful here as Nus is gone now.
Yeah, and look at Ahan. He just follows up with damage of his own. Takes down Chungsik. And that's going to be Sire Player falling. It looks like this should be at least a couple of caps coming in, if not the full one. Meta Athena are just going to fall back to point B.
See if Donghyun's going to do a little bit of cheeky harassment as he darts forward to go for the left approach to also get some spotting done for Afreeca Blue. Nus going to stick with the Sombra, arguably even stronger on this point. Arhan's trying to find him. There he is. So just continue to harass.
Well, Recry is going to be able to take down Side Player. This actually could be a good opportunity.
This is a problem.
Yeah, dashes through onto Nus. Nicely done. Dragon Blade is going to come out now. He wants to get this mech as quickly as possible, and he's slicing it up thus far. Gets a lot of damage onto it, and Hoon does lose the mech. That is so important. Side Player falling down very low as he has just respawned. And now Recry throwing in even more damage. Doesn't even have the tack visor. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just beautiful tracking.
He's hacked. It doesn't care. His right clicks were super on point there. We're going to see one last attempt here by Nus to come in. There's the EMP, but even without abilities here, it looks like the Freecs may be able to force this one. But now the EMP is worn off. Self-destruct comes up. Good retreat here from Recry.
Yeah, gets himself towards that high ground. He's got the tack visor, wants to be able to use it when there's no defense matrix, but just throws it down immediately. There's the mech destroyed. He's ripping them up, and can they actually do this? They've still got 5 minutes remaining, and that's it. Afreeca Blue, against all odds. I mean, capping Hanamura at point B is difficult, Wolf.
It's not easy, and now they've got 5:42 for tiebreaker rounds here compared to the 1 minute of donated 49 seconds that Meta Athena will have after their 11-minute time bank. So the coordination there was much better, and obviously the targeting on the D.Va to knock Khun out of the fight gave the tack visor the last nail in the coffin, if you will, to finish that fight off. Really well done. The EMP not being available for that first push was problematic, as when it did go down, there was no follow-up. It was just desperation. So a strong start for Meta Athena on point A with their kind of aggressive forward positioning, but when they got punished by the first tack visor, things snowballed because it was only really one ult that Afreeca Freecs Blue needed to use, so had several available for the double capture. Let's see what Meta Athena is going to run with this time. Looks like they want to keep it more of the same. They've got such a low time bank to work with. They want to at least get the tick.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, you're 0-2 in a best-of-5 series, and you're now at 1 minute in comparison to the 5 minutes and 41 seconds available to Afreeca Blue. The mental part of this game is extraordinarily favored towards Afreeca Blue. Meta Athena, this is going to have to be some serious heroics to keep themselves in this series.
Meta Athena, a team that's been reverse swept multiple times. A lot of people attribute that to their kind of weak mentality when behind like this. So could actually be something that factors into this map specifically. 45 seconds left to go. Hoon's looking for this high ground push.
Now looking for some sort of flanking players. Meta Athena are all moving around there. Libero already on this high ground has spotted out Ahan, who's off to the side. You can see Afreeca Blue once again just holding towards the upper end of the point. Hoon gets his way in. We're already at 20 seconds to go. Recry has taken out Chungshik. This could be so important as Nuss. He's gonna fall as well. I mean, at least they trade the Zenyatas, and this is so scrappy. Already 2 for 2 thus far, and Sire Player, he's gonna make it a one-sided affair in favor of Afreeca Blue. Ahan, he's almost at a Dragon Blade. This guy has been popping off this series, and it's a little bit sad because it's looking as though we're not going to see much more from Afreeca Blue today. Because this 3-0 is looking very imperative.
Looks like, yeah, there's the Dragon Blade to finish things off. One more attempt here from Sire Player. He's forced off. There goes down the overtime. Recry with the Helix rocket kill.
Is that going to be it?
Just for a second.
And Chris is going to get killed. I mean, this is just the cleanup. As Meta Athena, they're going to fail to grab the first point.
I mean, when you talk about coordination, I feel like Afreeca Freecs Blue all season long have looked to be just the pure best example of this in terms of shot calling, having Donghyun always there for the protection. And every single time Saya Player is going around looking for a pick, or we see Libero trying to sneak around on the Genji, it's consistently either Donghyun who comes to answer or Arhan who comes to answer. And as you were saying earlier, when a Tracer comes looking for a pick, looking for that harass, or maybe just that early kill, you never want to find the Genji. No. It's not what you're looking for, but every single time Afreeca Freecs Blue is able to identify where they're pushing from, where they're flanking from, give the call to Arhan or give the call to Donghyun, whoever's best equipped to deal with it. And that was kind of the one-trick attempt there from Meta Athena, and they can't be blamed for it. They had such a poor time pool. It was the best they could have hoped for. Tried to get the pick early, but when that fell apart, there wasn't even time for a second push.
Yeah. And I also was so enthralled with the battle that I thought that imperative meant inevitable, which is very confusing because inevitable is one of my favorite words.
I was just going to let you go with that one. I was like, well, I mean,
it made absolutely no sense at all. I apologize everyone who was listening and who was also confused. However, now we're going to have a lot more time to talk about things, Wolf, because there is 5 minutes and 41 seconds in this time bank.
Well, it might not be that long because we might see a fast cap here. It's only one tick, of course, that Afreeca Freecs Blue will require to secure this series and take their 12th map in a row. An unheard of statistic in Apex, have a team showing this much dominance. Oh, the right click here. Going to be a good start.
Well, Libero's started his May career today. Looking very, very good with that crit. Okay, we'll see whether he can set up for this defense. He's going to need to be here for a long time. I hope he's happy. Just looking for these picks. So far, Meta Athena holding this high ground nicely.
Tesla party.
Yeah.
Not going to be enough, it looks like here. Afreeca Freecs Blue trying to force this. IDK though with the boop! On to Hoon, that's problematic. All they need to remember is the one tick. Mono finishes off Libero, he's out of the ice block. And he's
already halfway
rage
there as well, it's ticking up. Afreeca Freecs Blue, they're on the point and they're gonna do it. The 3-0 victory. And they continue to stay undefeated here. Apex Season 3, Meta Athena just not looking good enough on the day. We thought that after they showed some flexibility against the Rhinos in that 3-0, that it could be a little bit more of a series, but Afreeca say, nope, it was no fluke that we clean swept our group. We are just that good, and they demonstrated that today.
I feel like it also, to draw a storyline from a parallel universe